You know, as a cinematographer, I get to play with a lot of different lights. They're essentially the paintbrushes for the canvas when we go and set up there on set. Now, I recently came across a really interesting one, which was the Anglerfish SL130BNA RGB light. Now, this light is a really, really cool, compact little light, not very expensive, and it has a lot of power, great color rendition, everything you really want in a light. Now, I did a review earlier on it. I'll put a link right here if you want to check it out. But short story, while I love this light, it did have one major weakness when I reviewed it. And that was the fact that it just comes with this dome. It didn't come with any barn doors. It didn't come with any modifiers. And while the iFOOTAGE site said they were coming, they weren't out when I did the review. Well, lo and behold, check this out. Now the modifiers are here for this SL130BNA. Now, this is the 3INT-MB 15 to 50 degree intensifier with a Mini Bowens mount on the back of it. And what's great about that is now you can take your light, I can just pop off my dome, and now I'm going to have a tremendous amount of control that snaps on that fast. And this thing is really, really cool. I want to show you a couple of things about it, why if you have any kind of Mini Bowens mount, like honestly, but especially if you have an anglerfish light, this should be considered, honestly, just an essential piece of equipment to really unlock everything this light can do. Now, the first thing you got to talk about with any intensifier is the fact that it intensifies the light. It essentially channels it, and this can actually boost your luminance up to 15 times from your light. And this is one of those ways that having an intensifier like this on your light just makes your light bigger, for lack of a better term. You can take this light and get so much more output on it when you get it on there. I'm a big fan of Fresnel lenses, going back to the RE650 line, and I always love any kind of Fresnel or intensifier type lens that lets me get much more bang and punch for my light. So this is something that's really, really important, especially now in these smaller LED lights. And one thing about the Anglerfish that's really great, it's got a really, really great CRI and does a really, really good job on skin tones. So this just lets you really punch it out a lot further. And in addition to the luminance boost, this thing has that 15 to 50 degree range. And this gives you a ton of creative freedom. You can essentially have a spot or you can have a flood depending on how you want to approach it. And as you can see here, I did a video where I showed how this spread works. You can see, you can get a that 50 degree gives you a lot of range, but then you can really just punch it in and bring it all the way down and get to that 15 degree range, which really gives you a nice spotted object. That really lets you highlight something, or let's say you want to use this as a bounce, you can flood it out and have as much of that bounce source needed as possible. Now, the other thing I really like about this is it's very, very easy. You can see I can literally just take it and spin it, and then spin it back, and it just turns that easy. The other thing about this that I really like is the fact that it is so small and portable. You can see this is the actual modifier right here. It is not very big. It's only about 500 grams, and it essentially fits right in your hands, which, let's be honest, goes right in line with what the Anglerfish line is. They're very, very small lights. You can put them in very, tight areas, and you can see this is the total footprint of the light. So you can put this in corners, anywhere you need to get that spotlight. Very, very useful to have that. The other thing that this light comes with that I consider absolutely essential is it comes with barn doors. So not only do you get the intensifier, you get barn doors here for your light. And barn doors are one of those things you're going to want to get because if you have a light, you want to control it. And this one actually has ones that spread out in kind of this flower petal design just to really get there and design it exactly how you want. So a really, really nice thing to have, just really essential for any kind of light like this. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that with you because this is just like a little $99 add-on to these Anglerfish lights that, in my opinion, really just unlocks the light all the way. If you're gonna get an iFOOTAGE or Anglerfish light like this, go ahead, do yourself a favor, get this accessory. You're gonna want it, and it's gonna really let you use the light in its full capacity. Anyway, guys, I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. Leave me any notes and comments down below. And yeah, go there, keep on shooting, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon.